Today is Monday, the 2nd of September 2024. Thousands of students around the Commonwealth of the Bahamas entered school for the first day. The police had an unexpected surprise. One of the Negro students, it is alleged, he took to school an AK-47. I am going to suggest to you it is the side effect of dangerous drugs. Meanwhile, this morning, a white couple from the Netherlands who's operating our nation's first documented drug Airbnb. Well, the husband didn't show up to court. Apparently, he quietly had a letter delivered to the magistrate. It is alleged as to why he could not come to court. But by damn, his wife showed up. She had 4 counts against her. So that is an interesting story. Meanwhile, on Sunday, 2 young men lost their lives. But this morning, if you thought Sunday was tragic, my God, today, 3 brothers are the victim of a serious crash. 2 died at the spot, and the other one, it is alleged, he died later today at PMH. So these are some of the tragic stories that are taking place in our country. And I call upon the Commissioner of Police, because I do not understand the new law in which the police can grant liquor license, barroom license, club license, all kind of license. Commissioner of Police, don't you think it is time to close down some of these barrooms, some of these nightclubs, some of these Chinese liquor house? Do you think, Commissioner? The power is vested in the Royal Bahamas Police Force. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save young people everywhere. It's powerful. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. A police source has advised that they were able to intercept the Negro student before he arrived to school with his AK-47 4U. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. It is my hope that my producer will be able to show you what is called an AK-47 4U. This is a developing story. Apparently the student, he just prior to leaving for school, he took a selfie or a photo of himself and had it posted to one of his friends on social media. However, the police, using sophisticated technology, because they are monitoring the students, and they have to, because we are ignoring the fact that these students are smoking dope. Nobody wants to admit to it. There's a major drugs problem taking place in the country. But thank God, the police was able to intercept the Negro youth, the student who's wearing a white shirt and a blue pants. He's being referred to as a minor. So these are some of the sad things that are taking place in our country in the midst of the government and its parliament legalizing dangerous drugs. And you would recall that I did point it out that some of the people in one of the religious movements, these are some of the biggest drug smugglers before the law came into being. And I am wondering to what extent this legislation shall conflict with federal legislation in the United States in view of the fact that I am of a Negro opinion. Negro opinion is an opinion to which I have not done thorough research, but instinctively it suggests to me that the United States government is going to be very uncomfortable with some of these Negro people who are being given this dope license, who are not even qualified to come to the United States. And you may not know, the American using sophisticated technology. No one will tell it to you, but I can say it to you because I am a sovereign citizen of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and my head of state is King Charles III, and I'm protected by His Blessed Majesty. So the Americans, using sophisticated technology, has tapped in to the database of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. And whatever intelligence that the Royal Bahamas Police Force has on you, Uncle Sam has it as well. And so it's a major conflict. We have not sat back and properly thought this whole process out. And down the road, there's going to be a lot of problem. I'm going to invite my spiritual advisor who has been faced with this crisis like thousands of us. The terrible accidents on Prince Charles Drive yesterday and very early this morning, 3 brothers, they were involved in a tragic accident on Milo Butler Highway. Their ages range from 20 to 23 and 24. And we are advised that they are the only children of that mother. So that's a very tragic thing. Do you know what it is to have 3 children? And the 3 die the same day? It is enough for me to go into the middle of the road and holler for that family. It is tragic. And certainly the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, the people of New Providence, should surround that family with prayer and singing. It is a tragedy that I do not even like to think about. Bradley, welcome to Freedom March.
Thank you so much, Senator. Good to be here.
Behold, the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Let's go quickly to the book of Hebrews, chapter 3. Probably have a more encouraging scripture tomorrow for that family. But let's focus a bit on Jesus, who, of course, is greater than Moses. And the Hebrew writer here in Hebrews, chapter 3, 1-6 says, "Therefore, holy brothers and sisters who share in the heavenly calling, fix your thoughts on Jesus, whom we acknowledge as our apostle and high priest. He was faithful to the one who appointed him, just as Moses was faithful in all God's house. Jesus has been found worthy of greater honor than Moses, just as the builder of a house has greater honor than the house itself. For every house is built by someone, but God is the builder of everything. Moses was faithful as a servant in all God's house, bearing witness to what would be spoken by God in the future. But Christ is faithful as the Son over God's house, and we are his house, if indeed we hold firmly to our confidence and hope in which we glory." Hebrews chapter 3, 1-6, just in case you didn't know, Jesus is greater than Moses. The word of God is forever and ever blessed. Thank you so much, producer. Back to you, Senator.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor. So, folks, it's a very tragic accident. That is not to say about the fact that I think, my spiritual advisor, am I correct? There might have been a shooting and a murder as well, if I have it correctly. These things are happening so quickly. But very early this morning, perhaps around 2 a.m. this morning, 3 brothers driving in a vehicle on the Milo Butler Highway, according to a police source, and in other vehicles would have been some of their friends. It is unknown precisely where they came from when they were involved in a traffic accident. It is reported that they crashed into a huge tree, killing 2 of the brothers instantly. The other brother, he was taken to the Princess Margaret Hospital, where, according to police reports, he died sometime afterward. So we are told that the parents of these 3 boys, that these are the only children. So it's very tragic.
Wow.
And of course, the names of the young men, one name is Philip, the other one is DiCaprio, and of course, there is the 3rd brother, and let me give you his name correctly. Yeah, so that's Philip DiCaprio and D'Angelo. So it's tragic. D'Angelo, DiCaprio, and Philip. So it's tragic. 3 brothers killed, perhaps one time, if I can report that. So it's a very tragic situation. And you would recall that over the weekend we have had lots of rain. So many of our streets were very wet, very slippery. And of course, I must confess that the Ministry of Works, the government, has been doing a wonderful job. I know, for example, that they were in the South Beach constituency, and they were, how should I describe it, when you sip up the water. What would be the proper English to describe what they did, my spiritual advisor?
You mean they
drained the water. They pumped the water out of the streets.
With those trucks, huh?
With those trucks. And I'm certain that the water will have to be dumped elsewhere, because many of those trucks appear to have been septic tank, and therefore the water would be unsanitary. So it's been a great job that has been taking place here on the island of New Providence. But nevertheless, we have to caution our young people and by extension the entire society, because I have taken note that every time it rains, people pick up speed in their vehicle, no matter what they're driving. They're driving normally until it starts to rain, almost as if they are suggesting that they do not want their vehicles to get wet. And if you're speeding in a terrible weather, you're bound to get in accident. And then, of course, we have to take into consideration that among our youth, we are ignoring it. Many of our youths, they are drinking lots of alcoholic beverages, and they're smoking a lot of marijuana. And no one in the society will preach, it's starting from the church. No one will say to them, listen, an abuse of liquor is unhealthy, and the smoking of dangerous dope is terrible. And we have seen it starting from the bishop in the southern part of the island, who thinks that perhaps the smoking of dope might heal certain diseases. So these are some of the things that we are faced with. And then, of course, meanwhile, two white people from the Netherlands. We have their names, but their names are very difficult for me to pronounce. So I will call one, the husband from the Netherlands. So the husband from the Netherlands, he did not show up to court. Currently, he's on bail because it is alleged that he may have beaten some of his staff during a period when he was taking a trip. So it's kind of difficult for me to comprehend these things, because understand what my situation is. When they tell me he was taking a trip, I literally thought he was going somewhere, but when my sources realized that I wasn't understanding it correctly, they pointed out to me that he was tripping. He was high on mushrooms. Well, he apparently sent an explanation to the magistrate. So Magistrate Shaka Zulu Saville, he read the charges against the wife from the Netherlands, and she has had 4 counts against her. So it's new evidence to demonstrate that here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, there are some people who are operating Airbnb properly, but the vast majority, according to my intelligence, you see, my intelligence is different from the intelligence of the vast majority of the Negro people, because I am a sensitive citizen placed in a sensitive part of the island. And by virtue of that sensitivity, there are things that I see, there are things that I know, there are things that I hear. So Airbnb is a national security threat, and you Negroes don't have to believe it. You do not have to believe it's a national security threat. In Grand Bahama, it's doing a wonderful job in human smuggling. It's very lucrative, and apparently they have been so sophisticated, they have been able to outfox the United States of America. And then, of course, here in the western part of the island, people from the Netherlands have been operating this drug house. It's Airbnb. They have it on the internet, and you can come down to the Bahamas where you can have mushroom. And by the time they finish with you, you either begin to see things, hear things, or you just freak right out. So that's what's going on, okay? So I want Bahamians to keep their eyes open for Airbnb, and any Airbnb that is open, you be suspicious of it and call the police. That's what I'm doing. And mark my words, there are Negroes who are going to say, don't mind him, he is talking nonsense. In the fullness of time, you will get more revelation about the Airbnb. Airbnb is a gangster paradise, taken from me. Airbnb, it's a gangster paradise. And I call on the Commissioner of Police to lock up every Airbnb until they prove that they're decent people. It's powerful. As spiritual advisor, do you wish to comment at this stage?
Yeah, I mean, I just can't sit here and allow you to condemn a very lucrative business that operates all around the world. What Airbnb essentially does.
No, I'm not talking about Airbnb around the world.
No.
See,
Okay,
I couldn't care what Airbnb.
So Airbnb in the Bahamas.
I want
Apparently, you don't understand how it works. You see?
tell me
So
how.
let me explain to you.
Start off with the drug house. How that one works. And then when you finish, take me to the Airbnb that smuggle my people into the United States. Tell me how them two work. See, this Negro think he's smarter than me. He does not know who I am. I'll have him to know that I am not an undercover agent.
Boy.
My cover is off, and I'm playing. Yeah, it's powerful. Go ahead, my spiritual advisor.
Oh, boy, tell you. Wait,
Go ahead.
Sandra,
Yes.
essentially, Airbnb is almost like a hotel, motel, kind of platform thing, like, you know.
I agree.
And you use it
Yes.
where you can freely live and enjoy certain areas wherever you are, rather than having to be in the mainstream areas, whether it's the hotels on the beach,
Right.
so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So you can actually use somebody's house
Yes.
as Airbnb.
That is true.
And then you can have full accommodation. You can have
Yes.
a garage, you can have a pool, you have 4 bedrooms, you know, a full kitchen, and you enjoy
Yeah.
home away from home.
Home from
That's the concept of this.
But there's
of
an
Airbnb.
exception in the Bahamas Airbnb.
No.
If you
There's
want
no
a hotel,
exception. There's no exception.
I'll show it to you.
There's no exception.
I'll show it to you. If
Now, if you
want-
abuse that, that's
my
something completely
spiritual
different.
advisor, if you in the hotel, you cannot run a drug operation
Yeah, we
without
understand
being
that.
detected.
We understand
You
that.
cannot smuggle Haitian into the United States.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So the new
Airbnb frees you up to do some things that you would want to do.
Right.
But you shouldn't do the things that you do against the law.
we quite agree with you.
That's
That
where-
is why.
That's where it's wrong, you see?
That is why we have to arrest Airbnb. You hear me? Airbnb, I want you to stop it because the police is coming for you. This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. Let's stop Airbnb. They're a bunch of drug smugglers and human smugglers. You Negroes don't have to believe me. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Yesterday was Sunday, the 1st of September 2024. It is the anniversary of Hurricane Dorian. You would recall that 5 years ago, I had called upon the then Prime Minister, Dr. Hubert Minnis, that he needed to build hurricane-proof shelter. I also showed photographs here on the island of New Providence showing Dr. Minnis how it ought to be constructed. Well, we know that Dr. Minnis, prior to being voted out, has given a contract, and I say this as an F&M, and I challenge any F&M to point me to the truth if I am wrong. Dr. Hubert Minnis, he provided a contract and he did not get proper advice on the construction of that hurricane building on Great Abaco. Among the problems that existed is that Dr. Hubert Minnis failed to recognize that those of us who comes from Green Turtle Key, Abaco, that we know our history because our ancestors told us about the 1929 hurricane. And we know that Dorian was exactly like the 1929 hurricane. So Dr. Minnis gave out a contract and he did not get the proper international advice. Because if you're building a protection against a storm, I want you to take into consideration, you need international advice on that. Taking into consideration that Dr. Minnis ignored international advice when he was told precisely where the hurricane would hit on the island of Abaco. I know, take it from me, I know you would remember that during that period, I advanced some of the most scientific arguments. Do you think that was me? That was not me. I'm not that educated. I'm semi-illiterate. So I'm not ashamed to tell you. So all that scientific information that I was reporting, I was only mimicking the intelligentsia who were not blessed to come on national radio and TV. And so, everything that I told you, I saw the map. I knew who the white people were who provided Dr. Minnis with the advice. I want you to believe me. You heard me? There are many people who may not understand why it appears that I'm blessed for this time. I'm blessed for this time because the nation who was in opposition to the wickedness of Dr. Hubert Minnis reposed confidence in me. And this is the closest that I have come to tell you that I was being guided by some of the greatest citizens in the country. You hear me? There were points when they gave me scientific information and I said to them, I cannot comprehend it. And they said, but you could remember what we are saying. I said, I could remember. They said, well, just repeat it. And by grab, when I finished repeating it, they were convinced that I understood what I was saying. But take it from me, I didn't understand a damn thing I was saying. I just had good memory. So Dr. Minnis was unaware, or he should have been aware, that based on the scientific information that I was providing, there was powerful people, all of whom are citizens of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, who were more educated than Dr. Minnis and I, but they were guiding me and I was quoting them correctly. Therein lies the problem. So, Minnis give out the contract. And the rain, oh boy, Minnis give out the contract and the roof collapsed. And this roof collapsed and Minnis ain't put plywood on it yet. It's just amazing what Minnis has done to the people of Abaco. So what you're saying taking place in Abaco, if you are an F&M, you would know that we are to be blamed for it. It's Dr. Hubert Minnis and the party, that's the F&M, should issue a statement condemning Dr. Hubert Minnis for the mess in Abaco. So that is what has happened. And can you imagine, on the 5th anniversary of Hurricane Dorian, Dr. Minnis' leadership has brought destruction to the Hurricane Protection Center. Now you see why F&Ms had to go to convention. That's why we went to convention in June. And we kept Minnis from becoming our leader again. The spiritual advisor, do you wish to comment?
Senator, I mean, I'm understanding though that that shelter, be that as it may, the shelter was being built currently. I mean, I'm trying to figure out why you're taking this back to the Minnis administration.
It was Minnis who gave out the contract.
Okay, but it's being built now.
Yeah, and the roof
yeah,
collapsed.
So who do you blame for that?
I blame Minnis for the roof collapsing.
Gee, boy, it's amazing.
Yeah, the same way I blame Minnis for all them people who drowned in Abaco. Don't forget now, the Conky Joe people came to Nassau, met with me, and told me precisely what happened. And I'll tell every Negro, when Abaco Conky Joe people speak to me, I believe them because they are my daddy's family. So I ain't listening to y'all. And the Conky Joe came and they told me the sins of Dr. Minnis and his administration.
Who's the contractor?
I don't know who the contract is.
You need to find out.
You tell me who it is.
I'm not saying. You need
You
to
tell me
find
who
out.
it is.
No,
It doesn't matter who it is.
You go find out, man.
It doesn't matter.
The show that's being
Minnis
built.
give out the contract. Did he give it out? Well, correct me. If he didn't, then tell me what happened.
Anyhow, let's move on.
Are you prepared to speak?
Let's leave that alone, man.
Or forever hold? Man,
I'm thinking it may be the same case with the trust system at the classroom at Aaron Bailey. I think the same thing happened.
So it's the same people?
I don't know if it's the same people.
So what
what
happened at Aaron Bailey?
The trust system
What happened
failed.
at Aaron Bailey?
The trust system failed.
What happened at Aaron Bailey?
The roof collapsed.
My spiritual advisor.
So it has something to do with the trust, the way the trust was set
Hurricane
up.
Dorian, the spirit of Hurricane Dorian brought down Abaco. Okay? Minnis was not scientific. Okay? If Michael Pentad was billing that, it would never collapse. If Dr. Dwayne Sands was billing that, it would never collapse. It was Dr. Hubert Minnis. Now you want to defend him? Go ahead and defend him. All right? Come on. That hurricane protection for 200 people, 200 people, and one little piece of rain and breeze, and the whole by-grab thing crash, Minnis should hang his head in shame, or he should be man enough and come and give us the facts. All right? That is what Minnis should do. My spiritual advisor, don't you think it's time you invite Dr. Minnis to appear to defend the party?
Well, maybe you should. Oh, you had a photo just now of the building? I think it is the trust system. Yes, that's what happened. I don't know. Boy, they have to figure a new way out. Systems are constructed properly,
A hurricane
engineered correctly.
protection shelter should be built into the hills. That's how it should be built. Okay? I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. You know where Brent Simmons got that place on East Street South? That hill. That is where you build a hurricane protection. You go up on the hill, like where Janet Boswick has that piece of land, and you cut into the hill and you cut straight into Brent, what Brent was supposed to have owned. But the remainder of the hill, and that is how you build a hurricane protection shelter. Okay? And remember what I told you. I told you that there were some officials who were going to Abaco, if not on the weekend, by Monday. And a part of what they were going to Abaco for was to also take a look at what they were doing down there. But I told you I was not at liberty to identify who the people were because I had no authority. Shall we leave this?
Yeah, let's leave it alone. Yeah, let's move on.
You sure?
Yeah, let's move on. Producer, you have any more of those photos? I think they are saying there may have been about 6 to 8 inches of rain that may have fallen on the capital. Well, the island of Providence.
We're going to leave Apico for the time being.
Yeah, let's leave that alone.
You want to come to the capital?
Listen, man, this is really serious what happened on the weekend, you know.
But of course.
The amount of water that fell, wow.
Yeah, but
I haven't seen this much water in a long time.
Well, that's because you have ignored the policy.
How much is about 6 or 8 inches? That's what they're saying?
You have ignored the policy of the Philip Brave Davis administration. You would recall that Mr. Davis has been around the world arguing about the danger of climate changes, right? You have not given that kind of support. And Mr. Davis has warned the country and by extension the world that climate change is one of the greatest economic and natural disaster affecting mankind. And therein lies the situation. So we are seeing the results of climate changes all over the United States. It's either the sun is very hot or the land is on fire. If there's no fire, there's mass flooding, lots of rain, plenty tornado. And so Mr. Davis has told the world this, and you...
Every country is concerned about global warming, Santa.
Really?
Every country.
Well, let's focus on the Bahamas is concerned.
And what are we going to do about it?
Well, what do you suggest, taking into consideration that your house is close to the ocean?
Yeah, what are we going to do?
And the last hurricane that affected us...
What is causing climate change?
You almost got washed away.
Yeah, what is causing climate change?
Yeah, what do you think causes it? Let's discuss it. What do you think causes it?
Man is just destroying the ozone layer.
Okay.
That's one of the main things.
So that's one combination.
So who has the largest factories in the world?
Well,
2 countries.
Who are they?
America and China.
Okay.
So we got to call on America and China.
What kind of factory the Chinese has?
They have all sorts of chemical factories.
Okay.
They have manufacturing furniture.
And what kind of factory the Americans has?
Car factories, the works.
So your
Thousands of
argument
factories.
is these factories constitute the climate changes.
Yeah. Destroying
To what extent
the atmosphere.
that in the case of the United States, it might be a combination of sin and the factory? What do you think the Americans have more?
What sins the Americans
Just penny
are
sins the
creating?
Americans are practicing. They're killing babies.
What about China? What is China's biggest sin?
I don't know what the Chinese are doing because I don't live near China.
Do they believe in Jesus or they accept
I
Buddha?
live in America. That's where I live. Is it not possible that climate change and sin? Because
it is a possibility.
Look, help me along. That's you're my spiritual advisor.
It is a possibility.
What sins
Sandra.
do you think the Americans are committing?
Just watch the Democratic platform, and
Yes.
you'll learn a lot.
Can you think of
You'll learn a
6
lot.
sins that the Americans are committing that might have contributed to the earth getting hotter.
Well, the sins that are committed in America are committed everywhere. So, I mean...
What sins are being committed in America that is not being committed in the Bahamas?
Well, they're basically trying to destroy the human... What's the word I'm looking for? The way humans are supposed to be communicating sexually, they're trying to change that.
The Americans?
Yeah, they're slowly trying to change it.
Are you sure it isn't Sodom who's guilty of that?
Well, I mean, Americans pushing the gender more in the other country.
Yeah, but when Sodom exists, America was in Iran.
But yeah, but global warming is a big problem.
Okay.
And it's causing...
So it's global warming.
Yeah, it's causing a lot of issues.
And the Americans pushing these gender. Well, we may not be able to influence them on the factory, because the Americans love factory, but certainly you could pray for them to change from those sinful ways. What you think?
I agree. So we have some more videos, producer? Oh, okay, we're seeing them now.
Go ahead.
No, where is this though?
Tell me what you say.
Is this reality? This man is actually on a paddle boat.
On a what kind of boat?
A paddle boat.
Okay.
And he's paddling through the water. Now, I don't know where this could be. Is this Pinewood?
Well,
No, this isn't Pinewood, right?
that looked like Marshall Road.
No, we didn't get that kind of water.
No?
No, we weren't flooded.
Okay.
No.
Well, why you want to blame that on Miles Road?
I'm not blaming it on him. I'm just asking if it could be Pinewood. I'm not saying it is.
Okay.
But wow.
Yeah, well,
This was some water.
It was a lot of rain.
This was some water.
When it started raining,
And I understand this is at the roundabout in Lyford Key. I don't know where this water came from.
okay.
But this is ridiculous.
Well,
You see how the water is?
as it rained in Black Village, I woke up my wife and I asked her if the house was leaking, because we lived in a leaky house for the last
This is downtown, producer.
13 years.
Let me ask you a question. Was there a combination of king tide as well that could have caused this, no? Or that's just the amount of rain that fell?
That's the rain that fell.
Okay.
But let me give you the story. When it started to rain on the weekend, I woke up my wife and I said, "Do you know it's raining?" She said, "No, she doesn't know." I said, "Well, wake up, sit up in the bed." She did. And I said, "Do me a favor. Go in the front, see if it's leaking." So she came back and she said, "It isn't leaking." So I said, "You better hold on to my hand and let's pray," because our house leaked for about 14 years. And the house leaked that so much that a certain businessman, do you know, he packed up more buckets and sent to me. I was so excited when the buckets came, and I think he was kind of embarrassed when he realized that my roof was no longer leaking. But I thank him for the buckets, and we give God thanks that this year the house is not leaking. You know this, for 14 years, you got to put bucket in the front room, tub, sub buckets. It's just amazing. But Lord, I thank you that in 2024, the roof
We have no house now.
is fixed and there is no more leaking. So we have to organize to make sure that every other citizen house is not leaking. Because my house leaked for 14 years, and sometime when the bucket gets so full of water, I put the blanket down and we just mop all night. So I thank God for the blessing. I hope you folks know what it is for the roof to be leaking, okay? But we slept very well. It didn't leak Saturday, and it didn't leak Sunday. So it's powerful. Anyway, what else you want to talk about, my spiritual advisor?
We're getting close to the break, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are some of the things that are happening in the...
sorry.
Yes?
Forgive me. Let's do this quickly.
Go ahead, my
You
spiritual
forget to pay
advisor.
bills.
Yes, pay bills.
Okay, so looking for a quick getaway, fly Western Air with daily flights from Freeport to Fort Lauderdale, starting at just $290 round trip, including 40 pounds of checked bags. Book your next adventure now at WesternAirBahamas.com. Everybody needs money always, so send money internationally and locally through Western Union with Money Max. Download the Money Max app today to send cash instantly to a family member or friend anytime and anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and Google Play Store. Money Max. Live your max life.
It's very powerful, my spiritual advisor. Well, folks, school is open, and Belinda Wilson, she has to be called to be accountable, because over the last couple of hours, Belinda has been reporting that there are many teachers who are not able to get their papers. I don't understand what she meant when she said they're not able to get their papers. And I would want to hope that this term, we, the citizens, we, the parents, we, the grandparents, whose children are in the government school, that we will hold Sister Belinda Wilson accountable, because the grades were not too well this term, and a forensic examination will show that Belinda, and the teacher union have not been doing a good job. And under the Progressive Liberal Party, everything Belinda wanted, she got. Everything. So I'm going to hope and pray that for the Christmas season, Belinda will be able to get these children to do better than what they have done. Okay, so we're going to be watching Belinda. We have new information on Belinda, but perhaps tomorrow we will deal with Sister Belinda. She's my very good friend, but we have been allowing her to get away for a long time, and she has to be called into accountability, because let me tell you something. Belinda has been given hundreds of thousands of dollars for the teachers, and the teachers have never been paid as good as they have been paid in the history of the modern Bahamas, and therefore they have to produce. And I want Linda to produce, and although she's president, I think we need Belinda some weeks to go into the school and lecture. She's a very good teacher, and we have to encourage her to go to school and to teach. So there's some of the things that I want to talk about, but it appears that everything went well around the island. There are one or two small hiccups, and I'm excited that the police are on their guard and that they have been successful in taking into custody that student with the long gun. So I don't know. I just hope that we can do everything to discourage these young people from smoking dope. And fundamentally, we have a serious drug problem here in the country. We have a serious alcohol problem in the country. And we now see the manifestation of the guns. So I don't know how we're going to deal, whether or not we should send the Defense Force into the school. If any AK-47 show up in the school, we may have to send the Defense Force in. I really wouldn't like to send the Defense Force into the school if the students have no weapon. But by damn, if they have guns, then they are little terrorists. We might as well be honest, and we might as well call upon our children and say to them, listen, no gun in school, and if you have a gun, the Commissioner of Police ain't gonna be able to pardon every little teenager who act bad, okay? So he's already pardoned quite a number of teenagers, and I really don't want him to have to pardon any teenager with an AK-47 RU. And at 67, do you know, Mr. Monroe, ain't show me a AK-47 yet? I don't know. He ain't show me a AK-47 RU. And the high school student, he got it. And he showed it off. It's phenomenal. Anyway, we have to pray for our young people, and we have to encourage parents, particularly the fathers, to hug their sons, kiss their sons, and talk some sense to them. You know, see whether or not they can save them by giving them good advice. Okay? This is Freedom March. God save young people in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. It's a wonderful day. We'll be right back after the break. Hold on, everybody. God save the King. I'll be right back. Hold on. It's powerful today. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor, and it is birthday time. Bradley?
All right, we got a couple birthday shout outs to do. today. The first is Robert Kelly Jr. We want to wish Robert Kelly Jr. happy birthday. It's coming from God Sr. And the rest of the family. So happy birthday to Robert Kelly Jr. and God Sr. Thanks for your time. All right. John Colley is celebrating the birthday. It says, happy birthday to John Colley, who's celebrating his birthday today, September the 2nd. It's coming from his lovely wife, Catrice Colley.
Yes.
His mom, his mother-in-law, all the kids, especially Simone, brothers and sisters, and also those who love him. May God continue to bless you and keep you for many wonderful years to come. So happy birthday to John Colley.
Hold him for a second, and I want to join my spiritual advisor in saluting John Colley. He is a wonderful citizen, a wonderful father, and of course, he's been a wonderful manager at one of the super value food stores. So John Colley, wherever you are, have a happy, happy birthday. It's powerful. Go ahead.
All right, Lenora Simonet. Happy birthday to Miss Lenora Simonet. It's coming from her husband, Lorenzo, her daughter, Laurenique, her son, Lorenzo Jr., her dad, Oral Ferguson, all her sisters and brothers, family members and friends, and all of the Annex Church family group. So happy birthday to Lenora Simonet. Garnell Stirrup is celebrating the birthday. Happy birthday to Garnell Stirrup, coming from all the family and friends, especially the Annex Usher Ministry. She is celebrating the birthday today. Happy birthday to Garnell Stirrup. Parry Culmer. I would like to wish my best friend, Mrs. Parry Culmer, over in Savannah Sound, a happy birthday. It's coming from your best friend, Brylan Shami. I wanted to have a great birthday, so happy birthday to Parry Culmer. All right, so Meredith Stubbs, happy 52nd birthday to Meredith Stubbs, Hanfield and Freeport. It's coming from her mom, Ina Rule, her children, Jade, Jaden, Kiana, Mario, sisters and brothers, especially Ken and Omar, nieces and nephews, and all the family in Bimini. So happy 52nd birthday to Meredith Stubbs. Then we want to do a shout out to Mika at the Village Pub. We must also send a shout out to Yannick Carlton, Lightfoot Key Elementary, Joey Knowles and Adlin Knowles from Long Island, and Mangrove Bush. And also wishing a team to the children of the Foxhill Community Center, where the Braden and Barbara.
Can we see the video of that?
For the
Thank you, Mr. Arnold Fred Mitchell, for bringing our handwriting.
Thanks, Mr. Fred Mitchell, for getting my haircut.
Yeah, Minister. So,
This is powerful. Fred Mitchell, once again, like many members of Parliament, doing their social work in their respective constituency. So we want to salute the national chairman of the Progressive Liberal Party, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and the Member of Parliament for Foxhill, and also my first cousin, Derek Davis, who supports him. It's powerful. I also want to salute a lady who works at the government dog compound. I hope I'm describing it correctly. Mrs. Jones. Everybody knows the song about Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones. Well, Mrs. Jones and her team, they are wonderful citizens. They love the animals. And this morning, I called upon them on behalf of St. Joseph Parish to assist us once again with the many stray dogs. So we have a huge dog population on the island, and I was excited when we drew to Mrs. Jones' attention, and she assured me that immediately they shall dispatch the animal control with a view to capturing them. And as I bid her goodbye, I said, now there is to be no neutering. And that was powerful. Okay, so I shout out everybody around the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. It's a wonderful day. I salute students who are going to take their education very, very seriously this term. Students who are going to be respectful to one another, obedient to their teachers, and they're going to love their fathers and their mothers with all of their heart, and they're going to do a good job. I call on students everywhere. Do not smoke dope. Do not smoke dope. Do not drink rum. You hear me? Don't care who is pushing for the legalization of marijuana. It is not good for you. And the medical profession here in the Bahamas and around the world has documented that young people who take dope, who smoke dope, who make dope cookie, who put dope in their bread, it's not good for you, okay? Listen to me, all right? It can also lead to mental health challenges. No matter what you hear, no matter who smoked dope, say no. And if you're not sure why you should know, you just tell them that the United States had a former president by the name of Ronald Reagan, who married a wonderful woman by the name of Nancy Reagan. And all Nancy Reagan said was no to drugs, no to dope, it's powerful.
Let me do this last birthday shout out. I'm sorry, we're supposed to send a birthday shout out to Renee Walks Nesbitt. It's coming from a dad, Mr. J, and the rest of the family. So happy birthday going out to Renee Walks Nesbitt. It's coming from a family and friends, and her big man, Mr. J. Oh, okay, great. Now I understand it. Happy birthday to Renee Nesbitt Walks, coming from her family and friends, and her big man, Mr. J. All right.
This is powerful.
That's it.
Yeah, okay. Well, folks, let us not forget, I must remind you that there are nations other than the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and notwithstanding that we are an independent nation, take it from me, we are not as independent as we think we are, because we are always dependent on each other. So just about 50 miles off the coast of the Bahamas is a nation called the United States of America. And in America, there is a wonderful election campaign taking place. So the Americans are having fun as they demonstrate their democracy, and the world should lay back, watch it, enjoy it. And if you thought that the Americans were on the wrong track, attempt to influence them to take the right track. I believe, for instance, the black people in the United States are on the wrong track by their rejection of Donald Trump. And so it is my duty as a Negro, okay? And I'll have you to know that I came from the United States many, many years ago. Many, many years ago. Some of my ancestors, they came into the United States from North Carolina. Okay? I have plenty of ancestors. And we are also Americans. So we must influence the United States election, because whoever becomes president shall become our leader, the leader of the free world. Now you're going to hear a lot of propaganda. Among the propaganda will be that Donald Trump does not like us. That is not true. Donald Trump loves the Negro people. Who Donald Trump loves? Donald Trump loves the Negro people. And I call on the Negro people, as your leader, to love Donald Trump back. So I'm going to need you to pray for Donald Trump. I'm going to need you to vote for Donald Trump because Donald Trump has a powerful philosophy. He wants to make America great again. And by making America great again, he's going to defend the southern borders. He's going to build a big wall. And this is nothing new. The Chinese have been building walls for over 3,000 years. So certainly, if the Chinese could build a wall, you don't think America should build one? And by the construction of that wall, thousands will be employed. And by that wall, he will keep illegal immigrants out of America. I want the Haitian people not to be upset because the Americans has a policy that allow Haitians to leave Haiti and come to the United States as refugees. So we have nothing to worry about. We will get Donald Trump elected. Now you're going to hear a lot of propaganda that Mrs. Harris is leading. Take it from me. Donald Trump is leading. And it is our hope and prayer that when the dust is all over, an American citizen peacefully and orderly go to the poll, there shall be a resounding victory. Donald Trump, our man. Donald Trump, our president. Donald Trump, our ancestor, shall be returned to power, and he shall make America great again. And I'm going to give you a teaching. You may have never heard this before, but this is truth. A vote against Donald Trump is an acceptance of racism. Now, you black people, stop being racist because you know what it is when people were racist to us. A vote for Donald Trump is a rejection of racism. And here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, every Negro has a white ancestor. No matter how black we are, we do have a white ancestor, and we're going to stand with him in this election, okay? It's Donald Trump. It's powerful, okay? Peaceful, orderly demonstration. We're going to sit back. We're going to watch this election. It's a beautiful election. It's a beautiful campaign. And so far, it's peaceful. But we have to watch the Americans because Donald Trump has accused them of robbing him. And everybody knows what it is to be leading and you get robbed. Ask the Valley Boys. They've been robbed. Ask the Saxon. They know about being robbed. Ask one family. They know about it. We know what it is to be robbed. And therefore, we shall stand with Donald Trump peacefully. It's powerful. God save the United States of America. God save Donald Trump. May he be elected and lead the free world peacefully, and that all the wars in the holy city of Israel and the war in Ukraine shall come to an end, and it will be powerful. My spiritual advisor, where are we now?
Yeah, we're at the opening of school now. One of the things that I find to be very interesting, and it's really becoming more apparent, why is it, for some strange reason, and it has happened under both administrations, that when school is about to reopen, that there's this mad dash by either the Ministry of Education or contractors to complete repairs and maintenance to schools for the new term. I don't understand it. Why does this happen every year? Let me give you a good case in point. On my way to the studio, I pass Anatole Rogers, and the grass is almost like it was 3 feet high.
The grass.
Yes.
Okay.
I should have taken some photos, right?
The grass.
Yes.
Okay.
No, not what you smoke now.
Goodness, I see my spiritual advisor.
Anatole Rogers have a huge field that they use to either play football or soccer or whateve you on you, right?
Right.
I noticed that there is a landscaping contractor there as we speak now. If you pass Anatole Rogers, they're trying to get through cutting this field.
This is a private contractor.
Yeah, somebody who may have gotten a contract. I know who the person is, but I can't name them. Right?
Why you can't
I
name him?
can't. He's a brother. I can't do that.
When you say he's a brother, what you mean?
I won't do that.
No, I'm just curious.
He's a brother.
What you mean?
He's a black brother.
Black brother.
Yeah, so I can't. He's a soul brother.
He's soul brother. Okay. Don't call soul brother name. Go ahead.
Anyhow, no, but on a very serious note, what's going on, man? Who do you blame for this? I'm trying to figure out, the schools are never ready. Why?
Now, by the lack of cutting the grass,
And
the school
and folks
is
that are
not ready.
folks that are painting walls. I see one particular guy fixing windows.
Okay.
Right? I passed another school on Sunday afternoon. And I guess I make it understand. I saw another painting contractor who I know personally,
Is he a
Brother
brother?
D.
Brother D.
You remember Brother D? Invite us to eat by the fish fry?
Was Brother H there?
I can't. D and H is the same person.
No, D and H is not the same person.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Anyhow, so
The
on
man who took us to our
No. Listen to me very carefully. We were supposed to have gone with Brother D to Brother C place in the back, but
Goodness
we
of
didn't.
me. Brother
All right?
D.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyhow, he was there, and they were painting the walls
Okay.
at Doris Johnson on Prince Charles.
Okay.
Now, I make it understand that because we may have had all that rain.
Okay, you could understand it because it's Brother D.
No. Man, listen to me. This ain't got nothing to do with Brother D. I'm trying to make an excuse for whoever's in charge and making sure these schools are prepared.
Have you been to visit
Now-
the school where Brother H works?
Where does he work?
I don't want to
So
say
I just passed two schools in particular.
Okay.
I even saw one particular school where men were on the roof.
Well, look, who the hell do you think should be on the roof?
But
You playing gender equality?
No, here's what I'm saying though. Why does this happen every year?
My spiritual advisor.
Every year.
You
This
have
is
to
mad
understand,
dash to get
what's
these
going
schools prepared. What's going on? This doesn't make any
This
and
year-
and guess what? As a government and people,
Yeah.
we're not even trying to correct this.
Okay.
Every year is the same thing.
Did you suggest this under the FNM?
Didn't I say under both governments and
No. Forget both government. Let's go to the FNM.
No, under the FNM,
Did you suggest it?
Jeff Lloyd seemed to handle things pretty well.
Really?
Yeah. And with Jeff Lloyd, yeah.
Did you receive?
It does seem
Did
as
you
if-
receive a contract under Jeff
No,
Lloyd?
no. And I'm glad I didn't. So you don't have to throw that in my face.
No, you're a citizen. I'm your soul
Yeah,
brother.
yeah, right.
You're a soul brother. You're more soul brother than Jeff.
But listen, no, seriously though, what's going on?
I'm going to answer you.
Listen, the yard downtown Rogers wasn't even clean.
Now, clean or the grass?
The
ain't cut?
entire campus was not cut.
Oh.
The entire campus was
Cut?
bushy. Listen,
It was bushy.
Listen, man,
or
stand up.
dirty?
Why don't you stop this, man?
It's amazing.
Listen to me, man.
Go ahead.
Listen to me. The entire campus on Anatole Rogers was not cut. It was full grown.
Plenty
They
grass.
they didn't touch it at all.
Okay.
Now,
Do you understand why?
I don't know why.
Well, I can answer that. Let's go to the painting contract. Had it not been for the Haitians, while Brother D them was smoking dope, staying out late and drinking rum, showing up on the job, and when they show up on the job, they want somebody to buy them breakfast. While they were doing that, my people, the Haitian people, we were reliable. We came to work and there was no dope in our system. We came to work and we were not drunk. We came to work and we didn't hustle any food. And where there was grass, we cut the grass, we lawned it. Where there was to paint, we paint. Sometimes we get the colors mixed up and we may have to paint it one color. But everybody knows that we work hard. The roof that you talk about it. If Soul Brother would stop smoking dope and get up in the morning early enough and have breakfast home, he could get up on the roof. But if you go to many of these job sites, Soul Brother say he hungry, he gotta go buy something to eat. and he wondering who's going to buy his breakfast.
His contractors could find
But the Haitian, tout le monde haïtien, merci beaucoup. All Haitians, I thank you for the hard work you have been doing in helping us to get the schools ready. And while Negroes like Bradley Roll may not appreciate us, we work we work hard, and we work honestly. So you can solve that problem by telling these young people, get up early, cook some breakfast, stop hustling.
That's foolishness.
And when they get, you call it foolishness.
Yeah,
You call it foolishness. I've been to the job.
You're skating around
I want
the
you to listen to
question,
me.
man.
I've been to the job site. And when I got to the job site and I began to hear what Soul Brother did, what do you think I did? I play Haitian. That's what I did. Okay? Les mois arrivent, na travail là.
Wait.
Anglais,
You
mandé
say,
l'argent pour acheter, manger.
You know.
Map joué,
You know what it's called?
Haïtien yo.
The spin
You
doctor.
liquido mama.
The spin
Map
doctor.
joué, map joué. Haïtien, map joué. Map pas comprend anglais. All right? Haïtien, travail dit. So we play the major
It's
role.
amazing, eh?
What you want me to
It's
do?
amazing.
What you want me to do?
Son, you know what?
The fella on that
Why
roof.
me and you don't go down at all, Rogers, after the show?
I will
Let's
go there.
ride down there.
I will go there.
And let's find out
if
why.
Glennis is going to give me a contract. What I going to watch man working for? Huh? Who you think I is? Hey? I is a serious man, you know. Let Glennis give me a
But
penny
you ain't answer my
contract.
question, though.
What's that?
I'm asking you, why is it that every year we have the same
We have
problem?
lots of rain.
Why we
Did
can't
we have lots of rain?
properly plan?
Did we have lots of rain? Well, if you have lots
Just
of
over the
rain,
last 24 hours, Sandra,
My
we
spiritual-
had the whole summer to get these
my
school grounds
spiritual
prepared.
advisor, the lawn was cut during the summer, and
It was?
since the summer there
It
was
was?
rain,
It was?
right?
No, sir. Don't try that.
Which lawn
You,
was
you
not
need
cut?
to look at that school and
What
see how
lawn was not cut?
Anatole Rogers.
Well, the lawn where I live was cut.
Okay.
All right? You stay there by Anatole and you make sure it cut. The lawn where I live it was cut.
Yeah, that's
All right?
interesting.
Now go and tell
We got to be more
Glennis.
proactive, though.
tell
Wouldn't you say
Glen-
so?
Tell Glennis you need a contract. All
I
right?
have to tell her I need a contract to have the schools prepared in time
If you
for
think
September.
it's not being done in an efficient manner, I am telling you
Do you know how many schools
that
on
the
this?
young men I see on the roof, you parle Creole Haitien bien. They speak Creole
so
well.
okay, what does that mean?
You tell the other set of people, stop smoking dope, stop drinking rum, come to work on time, and make sure they either eat breakfast before they arrive on the job or they purchase their breakfast when they get on the job.
So they're delaying the work, is what you're saying.
Huh?
They are delaying the work.
Well, who the heck got the majority of the contract?
Okay.
Who you think got the contract? Huh? Who you think?
Okay.
You think Soul Brother is a Haitian? Huh?
No, Soul Brothers are Bahamian.
All right then. Now, if they would give Brav or Deaconel or Lubin, right?
Yeah,
but you don't think Lubin
they-
should get
they're
any,
Bahamians.
even though
Are they Bahamians?
Lubin Grandma is a Bahamian. Anyway, it's powerful.
It's a serious problem, though.
Yeah, let's work
I
together.
mean, that was surprising.
Go
to me.
see Glennis Hanna and
I
get a
was really
contract.
surprised. Wow.
Folks, the government is moving forward. Forward ever, backward never. Let's get the school running. We need Belinda Wilson. Belinda, wherever you are, it's time to organize and work. This is powerful. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Rule is my spiritual advisor, and we have breaking news from Eyewitness News. Eyewitness News is now reporting that the police has confirmed that the Negro student who posted the AK-47 that it is an artificial AK-47 which the police has confiscated from him, along with perhaps one or two more high-powered imitation weapons. So that is breaking news. Eyewitness News reported 18 minutes ago that the police has now confirmed that the Negro student who was seen on social media with an AK-47 RU, it is an imitation weapon. The police has confiscated that along with another high-powered imitation weapon. So that's good work and good breaking news by Eyewitness News. It's powerful. Before I invite my spiritual advisor, I want to tell the public that I am doing an investigation into Sir Franklin Wilson and his charming wife, Lady Wilson, who is a former president of the Senate. So that's Sir Franklin Wilson and Lady Sharon Wilson. This comes in the aftermath of a precedent that is now about to be set, and in this investigation, it is my hope and prayer that I should be able to persuade Sir Franklin and his charming wife, Lady Sharon Wilson, to stop a precedent from being established. This will come in the aftermath of one of the most vicious serial murders to have been taken place in this country, in which Lady Sharon Wilson, while many of you with baby children were not born, a man slaughtered her brother, slaughtered him. That is not to say the other amount of Negroes that he butchered. And if my memory is correct, he hid Lady Sharon Wilson's brother in the back of Gladstone Road Hill. I regret that I must bring this up, but I have to bring it up because Sir Franklin and Lady Sharon Wilson, they have the political influence, they have the class, they have the culture, they have the means by which they can petition the Progressive Liberal Party government with a view to preventing them from establishing one of the most dangerous precedents. And so, over the weekend, I reflected, I prayed, and lo and behold, it has been revealed to me spiritually that Lady Sharon Wilson, her kid brother, was slaughtered. Man, they slaughtered him, and therefore I shall be doing everything, if it's God's will, to encourage them to tell the PLP government not to set this dangerous precedent. My spiritual advisor, if it pleases you, you might want to pay a bill and then open the phone.
Yeah, pay a bill quickly and then we'll open the phone line. So looking for a quick getaway, fly Western Air with daily flights from Freeport to Fort Lauderdale, starting at just $280 round trip, including 40 pounds of checked bags. Book your next adventure now at westernairbahamas.com. Everybody needs money always, so send money internationally and locally through Western Union with Money Max. Download the Money Max app today and send cash instantly to a family member, friend, anytime and anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and Google Play Store. Money Max. Live your Max life.
This is powerful. Well, my spiritual advisor, this is the
Yes.
time. You say call.
Yeah, call in.
will you?
Yeah, so we're going to open the lines. The lines are officially open now. 323-7775 is the number to call. 6980775 6980776. Let's talk. 323-7775 6980775 6980776. Whatever you want to talk about. The weekend. It was a rainy weekend. And of course, the big subject is school has reopened. A lot of the schools are not ready for students to occupy them. A lot of the school buildings, I should say.
Name some, my spiritual advisor.
I named two that I saw.
That is
From
not
what I can
ready
see
for-
outside.
that is not ready for opening.
Listen to me, man. 323-7775 is the number to call. 6980775 and 6980776. All right? Call us. We have a lot to talk about. Do we have any calls yet? Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, spiritual advisor and
Yes, sir.
Manka.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I listened to you all earlier, and I want you all to grab this. What causing climate change, especially in the United States?
Mm-hmm.
I spoke with a lot of people over there. One time I was living over there for 2 months straight. And I spoke to a few people on Sunrise by this food store. And they told me, and I think about it well, do you know, in order for they to get electricity all around the world, they have to get it from the coal mine and under the ground. And these coal mines, because you see how far they go down, and they're disturbing the earth. Don't you think that's some of the reason why we have the earth now coming closer and the sea coming closer to the shore?
My spiritual advisor, what do you think?
That's interesting. I'll have to investigate that, okay? I'll have to investigate that, but that's
And
interesting.
I went through a lot of conversation, because even like I hear you all was talking about Carmichael Road, you all miss it. Earlier this year, I was on Carmichael Road, just about Esso gas station, way down there onto Milo Butler entrance there.
Yeah.
And from there up, I had to make my way. It was raining hard, just like I was raining over the weekend. I had to make my way over through Golden Gate number 2. Otherwise, I would have get shut down with water.
Yeah.
Wow.
My sister get captured that this week. She had to do the same thing.
Wow.
So that's climate change coming on.
Yeah. Well, we better pray over it, and you better support Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis in convincing the world that they have to help us by financing us as we try to deal with the issue.
Yes, but I support climate change. I support that 100%.
I thank you.
I know it's there.
Yes. Well, we thank you
Thank
very
you so
much
much,
for your
brother.
contribution. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
You're welcome.
Don't forget your man in the States don't say there's no climate change.
Don't worry. Once he is elected, we're going to have a wonderful conversation with him, okay?
All right.
I thank
Thank you,
you.
caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Hello,
Good afternoon.
spiritual advisor,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Manka.
God save
Good
the king.
afternoon.
Good
Hello, my
afternoon.
dear.
I agree with spiritual advisor 100% when he speaks about the readiness of the school. A lot of these schools are not ready. To Michael Primary Sybil Stone, I know for a fact that the grass is high as the children this morning, coming back for the first time. The little preschoolers, the grass, you can't see them when they go through the grass. And all of that helps with the learning of the children. The environment must be set and ready for
Absolutely.
the children to go and to learn.
Absolutely.
They're not learning because they think they're going to the jungle. The grass tall. Classrooms don't have no teachers. People standing in 9 o'clock this morning, you ask to speak with the teacher, no teacher available. I guess what Belinda Wilson speaks about, they are being, the ministry not releasing their papers, maybe they're still waiting on their papers, but these are all the things that is necessary for the children learn. You have to make the environment conducive to learning.
Absolutely. We
That's
appreciate
it right there.
Absolutely. We
So
appreciate
I
you,
agree with
caller.
him 100%. You can't miss spiritual advisor. When you make your point, you can't be quitting because it gives the impression that you're not serious.
Yeah, and
that is serious stuff.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
In the schools are never ready.
Yes,
you
ma'am.
can't wait till August to prepare the school. The schools will be maintained.
Yes, ma'am.
Maintained so you
on.
could get, so the grass does not have to be cut. If you miss cutting it, it won't be that high. You understand me?
Absolutely.
So the school closed, everything shut down. They gotta stop that, man.
Guess what they start?
Stop it.
Guess what they did? They start cutting the grass, Final Rogers, after school today. I saw the truck pull up with the riding lawnmower.
I thank you, my dear, for your wonderful
contribution.
comment.
We appreciate you. You're spot on.
I thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am. Take care. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you both?
We're doing well, thank you.
Are you all taking birthday shout out?
You might as well do us a birthday shout out. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much for obliging me. I want to wish my daughter, Dr. Tammy Francis, a happy 50th birthday.
Wow.
She celebrated her birthday on Saturday,
Yes.
and this wish is coming from her mother and her sisters and brothers.
This is powerful.
Thank you very much.
We thank you and wish her a happy birthday for both of us, okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
323-7775. 698-0775. 698-0776. Listen, I hope I don't get in trouble for doing this. But to the government of the Bahamas, the Ministry of Education, if you need help cutting the grass, Brad's Landscaping is willing. I have driving lawnmower, okay?
Really?
Call me.
How much
I
you
have
charge?
business license. It all depends on the school. All right? I have
Yeah.
business license and everything. I have driving lawnmowers.
Okay.
You can call me. If you need assistance getting your school prepared, call me. 814-6096. I hope management don't fire me for this.
Go ahead, my spiritual advisor.
But call me. I will assist you.
And you can cut grass?
And cutting these listen to me. All right?
Are you able to?
Obviously, the government needs help. You don't have enough driving lawnmowers? Call me. My number is 814-6096, and I will gladly assist you with getting these schools prepared for
Getting the school repair or landscaping?
Getting the grounds prepared for the new school.
Now,
time.
are you able to do anything where all that water is puddling?
No. I won't fool myself in doing that. But any of those landscaping,
But you
I
are
can get it done.
aware that one of the major problems has been the huge rain settling.
Okay, so if the water is settling in the fields, then it makes it difficult for
Can't you
equipment to
suck
work.
up the water and then cut it?
Well, sucking up the water, it'll be the government problem.
Really?
All right.
You don't.
Because you can use pumps and
You can't take
machines.
the contract?
You can use water pumps to suck
Why
the
don't
water.
you have a talk
But now,
with
where you
Mrs.
want to displace the water? Where you want to put it?
You could put it.
Where you want to displace the water?
You could put it any place other than
Anyhow,
there.
I understand
Why
that
don't
point.
you talk to
Just give me a second.
Mrs. Glenn
You know,
Martin?
seriously? Let me give me a second. This rain just started on Saturday. These fields got soaked on Saturday. School is open on Monday.
So
You
before,
mean to tell me now that the government
before
wakes...
Saturday there was no
They were
rain.
dry. No.
Really?
Those fields were dry.
Really?
You see, so don't tell me that the government is waiting 2 days before school
My
opens. Come on,
spiritual
man. Come.
My
stand
spiritual
there.
advisor, if
It's
you
me
want
talking
a
to you
job,
now.
I know it's you.
Right.
If you want a job, why don't
We
you
got some calls?
approach Mrs.
Glennis
Hannah
Martin.
Martin?
All right, let's take these calls.
And her permanent secretary.
You all have my number?
Is a very strong F&M.
814-6096.
You heard me?
I heard
her
you.
permanent secretary is
It's
a very strong
F&M.
F&M. You can speak to Miss Ambrista.
All right, no problem.
Okay.
Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Hey, Pat DeVoe is the big deal. She knows exactly what Bamboo Town needs. Listen to me. We were back in the area again today on that
We can
back
soon
road
start
from
charging you.
Porky's. That will be under control. Telling Mafrol have no fear. That will be under control before this week is out.
What's that?
Before that back road in the back of Porky's where all that water come down from New Oak Drive and Emmanuel Way and all of that. That all of the water ends up into one area.
How will you solve that problem?
what happened is that the last set of people that was in that paved that road, they paved over the drain.
Really?
Yeah, they did the same thing in Nassau Village too in the front of budget. They paved over the drain.
Who were the people who did that?
But I don't know. I know who government it was under.
Who government it was under?
It was under a minister's early government.
Now be careful how you accuse my party.
No, I'm talking sense, Mr. Michael.
You sure it's
So
like the minutes?
they were out today. They had the people from the ministry of works out today too. So things are looking good in that area. Things are looking good.
And you think it was Dr. Minnis who messed it up?
The people at Dr. Minnis hired to pave the road messed it up.
Really?
And they can't blame that one on Porky's, because Porky's didn't do that.
Okay.
All right, thank you,
Porky's
caller.
didn't pave that. But we have some engineers in now getting some stuff together. And let me say this in closing.
Go ahead.
I want to say a happy birthday to one of your women them,
Really?
Miss Leoshi Gray.
It's
Happy birthday to her. And spiritual advisor kept said, and her son's birthday is today.
Really?
Okay.
So you know her husband don't have to buy her no gift.
Right.
Every
No,
time she
one
don't have a
birthday.
gift for birthday, all she have to do is pray on her son.
This is powerful.
That's the gift right there.
Well, we
Yeah,
thank
man,
you.
when we get together with spiritual advisor, I hoping that education do a little place for you, man. Because you have all them big, heavy
Yeah, they need
things.
to.
Yeah, man, let's get the
Let
children
me help
right.
them clean up these schools, man.
You know, the lady that was on before, the birthday lady, she made a lot of sense.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
if you're not happy going into the class, you ain't gonna learn that.
No.
You know, your mind, all over the place.
Yep.
But we can get together, Brother Montgomery.
Sir,
I still need you to call me, sir.
I shall call you.
Please.
Okay.
All right, take your caller.
Yes, sir.
All right, bye-bye. 323-7775. Welcome to Freedom House Call. You're live.
Doing?
Hello, caller.
Hello?
Yes?
Go ahead, caller. You're live.
How y'all doing?
We're
Doing
fine.
Awesome. Mr. Monica, I have to get on you, man. At the top of the show, you do quite a bit of genuflexing.
Really?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Explain.
I mean, you look like you're taking a lot of blows for this present government.
What is the first blow that I took?
Well, we vote Minnesota and Davis is in. They have to be responsible for the contract. If they feel the contractor can't carry out the job, they fire him.
Okay.
Besides, they have an inspector that should be doing inspections on the building.
Okay.
We have to hold these people accountable.
I agree with you.
I mean, it's a taxpayer's dollars that they spend it.
Okay.
No, we can't be looking backwards.
Okay.
And secondly, we vote administrations for education. We can't hold Belinda Wilson. We didn't vote for Belinda Wilson. Okay? Or Williams or whatever her name is.
Belinda Wilson.
Yeah, she's responsible for the teachers.
Yeah, but you didn't hear what she had to say?
No, I missed that. But
Okay.
I hear you holding her responsible for grades.
I have to because the government has paid Belinda and the girls plenty money and they're not delivering.
Well, then the government should do what they have to do to make sure that they deliver.
You don't know Belinda. Belinda don't mess around, okay?
Okay. Now, Mr. Marker, I think you believe in this Davis policy about climate change.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, that goes opposed to your man in the U.S.,
Which
the
one?
orange man. That goes opposes the policy. You don't believe in climate change.
Okay. He might have a scientific reason.
Yeah, he has a theory. He does have a theory.
I'll have to hear what it is.
Yeah, so he say, to heck with these little developing countries and their climate change problem. He don't care about that. That ain't his problem.
Listen to me. The Donald is open to negotiation and conversation. And I'm
believe
satisfied that Philip Brave Davis is the most competent leader to sit down and talk with Donald Trump.
Yes, because he's doing quite a bit of genuflexing himself over there on the abortion policies, etc.
Who's that?
Donald Trump.
What is he doing with abortion?
Well, he backtracking on his stance with abortion.
That is not
really.
That is not
he
true.
already said that he would possibly look at vetoing it.
That is not true.
In the event.
Donald Trump is saying that he believes that it should be left up to the states now, to the various states.
Well, that isn't a bad concept, but he doesn't believe in abortion. Take it from me.
No,
Donald?
but I'm saying his personal beliefs and his policies are two different things now.
Just sit back and relax. I think there's a lot of misinformation and propaganda being spread on our brother Donald Trump. Just relax.
But, you know, he coined the term fake news. So, yeah, it's quite a bit of that going on.
Yeah,
and it's mostly coming from him.
You're being very unkind, and I suspect you're racist. Now, you stop that
and
learn
you
to
need
love
to support
Donald.
the black lady, man.
She's not black.
But she says she's black. How you could do that when she ain't black?
Listen to me.
Thank you, caller.
I recognize your voice. You black.
Thank you, caller.
You're a descendant of the African. She's not. Okay?
Thank you, caller. Take
Now
care.
you stop it.
Let's take another call. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Hello.
Welcome to Freedom March.
Yes, good day, Mr. Michael. Good day, Mr. Advice.
Yes, yes.
Okay, 2 days. Like I still don't get to think that you will respond to me when I hang up. As for the grass he's thinking about, that's small things now. Normally when school open, over the last 20 years, it should be major problems. And that's for the guy on the roof. The rain you see what happened over the weekend exposed and compromised many of person's roofs. Some of them school roofs are no different. I just like to put that in the other.
Yeah, but they always had major issues. They had major issues this year as well.
Listen. I am saying what happened today. What happened over this weekend.
Yeah.
I can't say Friday, but I can prepare for Tuesday. The day being Monday. Got it?
I got you, my
Thank you,
brother.
caller. Take care.
I thank you for your elocution.
Welcome to Freedom March. Caller, you're live. Go ahead, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
No.
You live, caller.
Everybody been all listen. All right, what I want to say is, all right, you remember one time ago, when the schools closed,
yes.
Right, you had some students who used to do a little project with cleaning them the school and getting it prepared for the timing.
Yes.
All that stuff. So I think they should start it up again, use some of the stuff to do when the school opening again.
It's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Well,
You need to go back to school and all that too, you know.
Yeah, I quite agree, Joe. You need to sit down and talk with the Minister of Education. It's a wonderful idea.
Thank you so much, caller.
Okay.
All right, take care. Yeah. Welcome to Freedom March. Caller, you're live. We got a couple minutes.
Hello. Good afternoon, Mr. Boncan. Spiritual advice. How are you all?
Okay,
hello, who is this?
We know who you are. This is Shanika.
Shanika, this you?
Yes, in the flesh.
I have not seen you in the flesh for a long time.
Yes, sir.
What's happening?
Mr. Boncan.
Yes?
You know, my heart goes over those persons in the Pinewood area, man. I mean, the pictures that they had on Facebook of their area after that, that amount of rain that came down.
Climate change.
It was just sad to see that. Even one lady, I think she was showing she said, this is what we woke up to. The water up by her bathtub. I mean, in the bedroom, all through the kitchen. And my thing was the danger that there was some electrical shortage that they put their foot down.
Oh, Shanika, you're so right.
You know, we have to think, and this is far past time. Government go in, government go out, different governments come in, and the same thing. And don't tell me you cannot do something about those people cry out there.
What do you think, Shanika?
Out there, man.
Shanika, what do you think the government could do?
Well, they can invest in bringing engineers to dig around.
Do you not know,
but something has to be
Shanika?
done.
I want you to listen to me for a second. Do you not know that we bought the top engineers here? They came from the United States Armed Forces. You heard me?
Yes, sir.
So let's pray over it and call me back tomorrow. Perhaps the Spirit will guide you some more. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you,
caller.
Mr. Monco.
This is powerful.
Let's take this last call quickly. Welcome to Freedom March. Call, you're live.
Hello?
You got 30 seconds.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Monco. I'm spiritual advisor.
Okay.
Hello.
I want to send a happy birthday to my daughter, Mona Lisa Forbes.
Yes?
And my sister-in-law, Linda Forbes, coming from her sister-in-law, Anna Mae Forbes.
Okay,
All right,
Anime,
thank you.
wish your daughter and your sister
Sister-in-law.
a
Thank you
happy
so
birthday
much.
for me, eh?
Yeah, from Mona Lisa Forbes and Linda Forbes.
Okay, it's powerful.
All right, that's it.
Well, my spiritual advisor, I want to thank you for your service. I call on the country to pray for the family who suffered that two
Powerful
major
loss.
incident.
Wow.
2 young men who lost their lives yesterday, and the mother who lost 3 sons today. It's a sad, sad situation, and we should pray for them. And those of you who know them well should go and call upon them. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save our young people. Save them, dear Lord, and guide and protect them. God save the King. It's powerful today. If it is God's will, tomorrow the spiritual advisor and I shall return. Do well, everybody. God save the King.